Well, after nearly 2 weeks of testimony and 15 hours of deliberations, a jury finds Kyler Hughes guilty of killing Kara Kopetsky and Jessica Runyons. Here's video of the verdicts being handed down in court.
On verdict form C, as to the count one, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyler Hughes, guilty of voluntary manslaughter as submitted in instruction number 15, signed by the foreperson. In verdict form G, as to count two, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyler Hughes, guilty of murder in the second degree as submitted in instruction number 22.
Well, the decisions came in last night around 8:30. The jury convicted Hughes of voluntary manslaughter for Kara's death in 2007 and second-degree murder for killing Jessica Runyons in 2016. And today, the same jury will recommend a sentence for Hughes. KBC9's Matt Evans is live in Harrisonville this morning to walk us through the next steps. And Matt, there's two different convictions. Now, how's this going to work?
So, Rob, we need a sentencing phase in the first place because the jury found Kyler Hughes guilty on two of the lesser charges here. So the prosecutors were going for murder in the first in both cases. If the jury would have convicted for murder in the first, in either case, it would have been an automatic life sentence without the possibility of parole for Kyler Hughes under Missouri state statute. But since it was lesser counts, lesser charges that he was convicted on, we have to have this sentencing phase, which is set to begin in just 30 minutes this morning at 8:30. The judge, jury, and attorneys will be back in the courtroom then. Both the prosecution and defense will get 20 minutes to make statements. Witnesses may also testify today, which could include families of both girls and Kyler Hughes himself. The jury will then deliberate and make a sentencing recommendation to the judge. The judge will take that into consideration when he hands down a sentence, which could happen sometime today or at a later date. Now, according to Missouri state statute, that first count, that voluntary manslaughter count, that's the Kara Kopetsky case. It's a Class B felony, punishable by 5 to 15 years in prison. That second count, that's the murder in the second degree count. That's the Jessica Runyons case. That is a Class A felony, punishable by 10 to 30 years in prison or life in prison. So likely what we're looking at today is somewhere between 15 and 45 years as the sentencing for Kyler Hughes as this phase begins at 8:30. We're live in Harrisonville this morning. Matt Evans, KBC9 News.
Matt, thanks so much. And shortly after the verdict came down, our crews caught up with Kyler Hughes' defense attorneys outside the courthouse.
Anything you'd like to say as we're going into sentencing here?
No.
Okay. Are you disappointed?
We're still in the middle of pending litigation, and I can't comment on the litigation. So thank you very much. We're just going to case for
Well, stay with KBC9 News as the sentencing phase begins this morning. Our team will be there, and KBC9's Matt Fleener, you heard there. We'll continue posting live updates from the courthouse on Twitter.